Yo, what's going on, guys? This is BunnyMuffins. I got the leveling and economy guide for set 4. A lot of people have been asking me about this, and I decided to take a new approach on how to approach this guide compared to previous sets. I think you guys will like this format a lot more as it gives you every single option, and I also explain how and when to go for each option. The game's changed a lot since my first leveling guide. Back then, you pretty much followed a simple blueprint and you'd be pretty good to go. You probably could have used that guide to get to at least master, if not beyond that, without doing anything differently. However, the game's changed a little bit, people have gotten better at the game, there are a lot more new mechanics that we have to play around now, so the game isn't as simple as it was before. So if you guys are looking for a set-in-stone blueprint such as roll 20 gold once you hit level 7, roll 40 gold once you hit level 8, this guide isn't about that. There's no such guide that belongs in TFT like that anymore, just because every game introduces so many more new scenarios than it has in the past. So with that in mind, we are going to go over when to go for each level. So I'll tell you when you want to hit level 7. I'll give you like 4 to 5 different options for each stage you could hit it at. I'll do that for every level, and then to cap the video off, we will go into how to decide how much to roll down and when to roll down. If you guys are new to the channel, I have a lot more guides coming this way, such as composition guides, tier lists every Friday, gameplay highlights, and some video challenges. So if you clicked on this video, you definitely want to see the other ones, so go ahead and click the subscribe button as well right below the video if you're new to the channel. And after you watch the whole video, go ahead, hit the like rating, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts on these leveling patterns, and let me know your favorite TFT champion in the comments below. You start off the game at level 1, which is at stage 1-2. Then you level up to level 2 naturally at stage 1-3. And then after that, you level up to level 3 at stage 1-4. And then now the game begins against the PvP opponents. So for leveling up to level 4, you generally want to base this decision around whether you can win streak during stage 2. If you think you could do it for the entirety of stage 2, go ahead and level up on 2-1 right away if your board is really strong to start the game. If not, if you're going for like a lose streak, or kind of just waiting to see what happens, go ahead and wait to level up to level 4 on stage 2-3, which should happen with natural level up experience, which is 2 experience per round. However, there are instances where you could level up to level 4 on stage 2-2, and that is if you went for a loss streak initially, or you're just kind of waiting to see what happens. Let's say your board wasn't that strong. You go ahead and win the first round because you get an easy matchup, and then in the next shop you get a bunch of upgrades to your board. Go ahead and level up on 2-2 up to level 4 and maybe try to start a win streak there. After this, for level 5, there are 2 main stages where people normally hit level 5, and that is on stage 2-5 and 3-1. You normally level up on stage 2-5 if you want to continue your win streak, or if you want to get access to more expensive units during stage 2. For example, if you have already found all the 1-cost units upgraded for your composition, you could go ahead and level up to try to find the more expensive units. If you did not level up at all throughout the entire game, you definitely want to hit level 5 at stage 3-1 unless you are doing something which is called slow rolling. If you are slow rolling, you'll go ahead and hit level 5 naturally at stage 3-2. Lastly, there are times where you want to hit level 5 at different points in the game, and I'll go into that right now. You could level up on stage 2-3 to level 5 if you want to guarantee a win streak versus some of the stronger players. If you have a lot of money, or if you just have excess gold over an interest threshold. You could level up on 2-6 to keep up a win streak there as well. And lastly, you could level up to level 5 on 2-7, but the only time I do this is if I cannot defeat the Krugs, which is the neutral camp, during that round. Sometimes if your board is too weak, you either need to roll or level up in order to beat this, and sometimes I just end up doing that here, so that's just something to take note of. This is a very rare instance, but I'm just giving you the options to keep everything covered. Now for level 6, typically people go to level 6 on either 3-2 or 3-5. I'd say it's about 50% on stage 3-2 and around maybe 30 to 40% on stage 3-5. The times where you want to level up to level 6 on a different stage is either on 3-1. If you want to continue a win streak, you could go ahead and do an extremely early level up in order to guarantee your win streak. Or if you are slow rolling, you typically hit level 6 during stage 4, which I denote here. Next up is level 7. You typically want to reach level 7 at either 3-5 or 4-1. Generally, you reach level 7 on 3-5 if you have a lot of money in the beginning of the game. If you guys checked out my tips and tricks video, you'll know that it's generally safe to level up if you could keep 30 or more gold in your economy. So a lot of times if you have a great start to the game, you generally are able to level up to level 7 on stage 3-5 right after the carousel and still maintain above 30 gold. If not, just wait till 4-1, level up to level 7 there, as that's typically when people do a roll down for their mid game. If you have a very strong board, or if you are really suffering in your economy early game, you could go ahead and level up on 4-2, though this is a pretty rare situation, as you miss one turn of a power spike. The advantage of doing this is that you do get a clean level up because you don't have any excess experience over the leveling cap if you level up on stage 4 too, and you get an extra turn of interest, which could generate a stronger team for the mid game. If you were doing a slow roll strategy, you'll typically hit level 7 during stage 5-1. Hopefully you found all your low cost units by then, and then you could just go ahead and level up from there. Next up is level 8. This is a very crucial level up because you get much more reliable access to legendary units, and typically people level up to level 8 either on stage 4-5 or 5-1. Again, this depends on your gold, this depends on what units are on your bench, this depends on what you can put into the game or what composition you are playing, but these are typically the two most popular spots to level up to level 8. I'll get into more of the decision making on all of these levels right after I run through every level. There are times where you level up to level 8 on stage 5-2, which is, again, similar to leveling up to level 7 on 4-2. It gives you an extra turn of economy. So if you were struggling a little bit in terms of managing your gold, you could wait an extra turn, take some life point damage, but have a much stronger roll down and have a more efficient level up because, again, it's what I call like a clean level up scenario. The last two instances where people normally level up to level 8 is either on 4-2 or 5-5. On stage 4-2, you could do like a very fast level 8 if you have an extreme amount of money, or if you don't really need to roll at all once you hit level 8. Now for stage 5-5, you typically don't want to level up to level 8 this late in the game because you will not be strong enough in stronger lobbies to be level 7 through the early portions of stage 5 because every team will be much, much stronger than you. So try not to level up on stage 5-5, but sometimes you really have to just because you didn't have enough money throughout the entirety of the game. Lastly, for level 9, typically you want to level up to level 9 on stage 5-5 or stage 6-1. You only want to reach level 9 if you have an insane amount of money, or if you don't have any more upgrades to roll for on your team, and you just want to put in an extra unit for an added synergy instead. Level 9 is very flexible, and this one is very dependent on each individual game. So other times people typically level up to level 9 is on 5-2, 6-2, or 6-5. Some people also do it on 5-1, and typically people level up to level 9 on 5-1 and 5-2 only if they're doing it for synergy purposes, because you generally won't have enough gold to roll for any sort of legendary unit if you level up this early. If you want to get like 2-star legendaries more reliably, go ahead and level up the times we mentioned before at 5-5 or 6-1, or wait until 6-2 or 6-5 in order to roll down and have like 50 gold to find your legendary units. Now let's get into the economy portion of the guide where it's pretty much just learning when to roll. There are typically no set rules on when to roll, how much to roll, but I'll give you some guidelines. Again, there's no hard and fast blueprint. If you guys want to do some blueprints, go ahead and like play with some Legos instead. TFT is probably not the right game for you because, again, every game has different scenarios, and there are too many scenarios to just say you should roll 20 gold on this stage every single time. That's just not possible in a game like Teamfight Tactics. However, some rules that I like to keep in mind is you generally want to roll if you have 4 or more pairs or 4 or more units you are looking for. For example, if you're looking for a 4-cost unit and you have none of them, that counts as one unit that you can roll for. If you have a pair of a 3-cost or 2-cost or 1-cost unit, that's another thing you could roll for. So if you have like 4 of those on stage 4 that you want to roll for, go ahead and roll down until you feel comfortable that your board can fight against other people's teams. Another thing I like to do is maybe roll down to only 30 gold so that I don't completely kill my economy and it gives me more choices into the next turn. And then the times that you want to roll below 30 gold or even below 20 gold is when your team is extremely weak, you are very low health, or you are very, very close to getting very crucial upgrades. For example, if you are running a Moonlight composition and you have 3 stars of Diana and Lysandra but are missing 1 Aphelios, you might as well roll to 0 if you're only missing 1 of those units because the power spike that you get from the 4-star Aphelios is very, very strong. Now let's get into how to manage your economy in terms of leveling. Again, a guideline that I like to use is if you can level up and keep above 30 gold, there's a very strong chance that you could level up here. Again, this is because you gain the gold back so quickly to get back up to 50 gold that you only really lose like 3 gold but get a huge power spike for 2 extra turns. So if you want to preserve your health as a resource, go ahead and spend the extra gold now. If you have a lot of health on the other hand, go ahead and stay at above 50 gold and use your health as a resource in order to gain more gold. Again, Teamfight Tactics is a game of trade-offs and risk management, and whoever does that the best is going to win the game. Those are some helpful guidelines I use in my games for when to roll, how much to roll, when to level, and how much to level. And I'll leave like a cheat sheet of this on my website at bunnymuffins.lol. But I hope this leveling guide helps you in your future games. Just remember that a lot of these leveling thresholds, they really do depend on what composition you play. But these are a lot of general helpful guidelines that I've used in the past that have helped me progress in the game. If you guys want to discuss this even further, I just got my Discord server partnered, so go ahead and join that at discord.gg/BunnyMuffins. I hope to see you guys there. But yeah, that's it for me. I'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to share and subscribe. And of course, smash that like button. Each like is an LP I gain before the next video.